but the replacement team for Wasilla for next year will be McClure North. They will. Yeah. So they actually had their actual regular road uniforms.
And once again, a very good almost evening to everyone in basketball land as we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. We're back at it. 4 games in the books, 4 more games to go tonight before we wrap this second session up, and we will begin with the 5th place semifinal game as the Madison Trojans get ready to take on the Lincoln Railers. And again, my name is Todd Duke. Zach Roseman is on the other microphone, and here is how we got here after today's quarterfinal games. Decatur MacArthur defeated Madison 58-29, so Decatur MacArthur moves on to the championship bracket semifinal game tonight versus Quincy, and then that dropped Madison down to this current game, which is the 5th place semifinal. In the second quarterfinal game of the day, Quincy squeaking by Lincoln by a score of 33-30. So Quincy and MacArthur will meet in that semifinal game at 6:30 on the champions bracket, and that puts Lincoln in this game against Madison for the semifinal that will give you the right to battle for 5th place. Third quarterfinal game of the day saw Collinsville defeat Mundelein by a score of 60-36. So Collinsville in the semifinal for their second tournament in a row, and they will take on O'Fallon after O'Fallon beat Granite City, and that means that Granite City and Mundelein, they fall down to the other 5th place semifinal game, and that game will be the last game of the night here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. On the other side of the bracket, that's the consolation side of the bracket, Belleville East defeated Edwardsville earlier today, 56-41. So Belleville East moves on to the semifinals of the consolation bracket, while Edwardsville moves down and they'll play in the semifinal of the 15th place game, and that'll be here in just a moment as well. Their opponent will be Alton after Alton dropped a semifinal game on the consolation side of the bracket to Altoff, 66-47. So Belleville East and Altoff will be playing in one semifinal at 6:30, while Edwardsville and Alton will play in the semifinal of the 15th place slot. The other slot that was battled out, Oakville and Wasilla, Alaska, 66-37. Oakville beat Wasilla. So Oakville moves on to the semifinal game where they will take on Rockford East after the E-Rabs down the Triad Knights 54-48 in the other quarterfinal in the consolation bracket. So Oakville and Rockford East will meet in the consolation semifinal at 8 o'clock. And the last game in the auxiliary gym for the night will tip off around 9:30, and that will feature Wasilla versus Triad in the other 15th place semifinal game. So you are all caught up with everything going on here at this Prairie Farms basketball tournament. That means we're going to get you ready for this game between Madison and Lincoln. And taking a look at the overall stats that have been put together here by the fine folks at Prairie Farms. The scoring offensive side of things, Collinsville is number 1 in that category after 2 games. 142 points. They're averaging 71 points a game. You have to go all the way down to 12th and 15th to find Madison and Lincoln. Madison, number 12 so far out of the 16 teams. They have scored 84 points, averaging 42 a game. And Lincoln, they have scored 65 points. They're averaging 32.5 points a game, and they're in the 15th spot. The only team scoring less is Alton, and they're scoring at a pace of right at 32 points per game. The defensive side of things, that's when things get better for Lincoln. They have the number 1 scoring defense in this championship tournament so far. They're averaging only giving up 25 points a game if they've only given up 65 points in their 2 games. And then Madison scoots all the way down to 11th on that list. They have allowed 84 points or 53 points per contest. So defensive-minded Lincoln taking on offensive-minded, so to speak, Madison, because they have a little bit more offense than Lincoln does. But regardless of the case, this should be an interesting matchup, to say the least there, Zach Roseman.
Yeah, definitely. Lincoln, of course, have been phenomenal on defense throughout the tournament. I mean, only allowing 50 points in 2 games is insane.
It is very much insane.
And Madison, it will be a kind of like the Granite City O'Fallon game. It'll be a bit of a contrast in styles. Lincoln very, very patient. Madison are going to want to look to push the pace a little bit more. We'll see what pace the game will wind up being played at, and I think that'll play a factor in who winds up winning this game.
All right, this is the nighttime session, so another round of the national anthem comes your way, and we'll be back right after that on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We are getting you ready for this 5th place semifinal game between Madison and Lincoln. And here are your starters. We'll begin with the Madison Trojans. They are the home team in this contest. They will trot out Eric Hurst Jr., 6'4" senior, followed by Darion Enlow, a 6'1" sophomore, Erwin Baker Jr., a 6'1" senior, D'Angelo Enlow Jr., a 6'4" senior, and Carlos Wilson, a 6' junior. Lincoln will tally with Aiden Gowan, a 5'11" sophomore, Elijah Polis, a 6'3" senior, Tyler Sauce, a 6'5" junior, Jake Biven, a 6'2" junior, and Peyton Cook, a 6'5" junior. Some of the individual numbers that we have for you as far as rebounds are concerned: D'Angelo Enlow, number 2 on the list so far in this tournament with 17 rebounds, averaging 8.5 per game. Also, Enlow is the rebound average in the same spot, and also on there on defensive rebounds. He is number 2 in that category as well with 6.5. Darion Enlow is on the assist list. He is number 5, followed by Elijah Polis at number 6. So each of these teams has a leader in the assist category. D'Angelo Enlow is tied with a number of folks. 6 steals seems to be the operative number. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players all tied for first with 6 steals. Blocked shots, that's a couple of Madison boys. D'Angelo Enlow and Erwin Baker each have 4. They are the only ones with 4. And as far as minutes are concerned, Eric Hurst Jr. has the 4th most minutes in this tournament at 31.5. Just a couple of little tidbits of information as we set to get going here between Madison and Lincoln. As I mentioned, Madison is the home team. They are dressed in their all-white uniforms. They have a little green on the numbers, down the sides as well, and the word Trojans in green written across the fronts of their uniforms. Lincoln, they are here in their red unis. Their shoulders are white. Numbers are in the Christmas green, and they have the word Lincoln written across the fronts of their jerseys. The Trojans win the opening tip-off, and we are underway here in the first semifinal in the battle for 5th place. Trojans with it, and around the horn it goes over to Baker. Baker will dribble his way across to the top of the key, and then a turnover by the Trojans to start off this 5th place semifinal. Lincoln's turn. Here is Polis. Polis over on the near side sideline, picks up his dribble. He's double teamed and he throws it down the line. That was intended for Bivin, but knocked out of bounds by the Trojans. On the wing, Saucy. Over back to Polis. And into the corner now for Gowan. Back out front, Polis, then over onto the wing again for Saucy, and that one is, ooh. I thought that was tipped out of bounds by Carlos Wilson of the Trojans, but they're going to call it against Lincoln.
Yeah, it looked like it went off of Bivens' hand, passed just a little bit behind him, and not a lot of space as it wound up going into the Madison bench.
So we're about 1 minute into this quarter and no score as of yet. Over here onto this near side sideline on the left wing, that is Inlow. He gives the ball up now for Baker. Baker back to Inlow in the corner, and Inlow came out just a little bit and gets the ball back and trying to roll one baseline, but that misses. And looky who found the ball, and now the ball is loose and it's on the ground and picked up by the Trojans. They keep it alive. Here is Baker into the corner and a dribble drive. That's going to go all the way over the net and lands right down into the hands of Jake Bivin. He gives it up to Polis, and Polis brings the ball up court. He'll get it right back over onto the wing for Saucy. A minute and a half into this game, no score. Over on the far side wing for Gowan, and then into the paint. No foul called, loose ball, and that's picked up, and then two teammates run into each other. Somehow or another, Polis saved that ball from going out of bounds.
Yeah, kind of a weird sequence there, but
yeah,
good hustle all around.
Polis into the corner. Bounce pass, baseline, and no room there, so they'll kick it back outside for Gowan. He'll take a three-point shot, hits the inside of the rim, comes down right into the hands of Darion Inlow. Inlow works it up quickly, and Wilson scores the first bucket of this game.
That's
2-0 in favor of Madison.
That's a really difficult pass to make. Pretty much the full length of the court, cross-court bounce pass in a pretty good position for Wilson to get it and do something with it. That's a really good play.
Ball on the ground, picked up by the Trojans. They head-man it up, and unable to contain it was Carlos Wilson, and ends up going out of bounds.
Coach Alexander will take time out.
Wow, I didn't think that was going to happen so quick. I'm just getting comfortable in my chair. We'll take a break. Come back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Quick 30-second timeout is over. 2-0 in favor of Madison over Lincoln. We're just underway. Just a little over a couple minutes in here to this semifinal game for the battle for 5th place. Lincoln, they bring the ball up to Saucy. Over to Polis. Ow, that was my knee. Polis. Across the way to Saucy, into the corner it goes, and right back out off of the hands of Bivin. Bivin now with the ball. Now he doesn't have the ball, and now we have a whistle.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Cook, with the foul there. Turned the ball over, and he just kind of grabbed on to the Madison player.
Whoa.
Oh. And Hurst went to throw it down to the referee where the inbound was supposed to be and hit the scoreboard.
Eric Hurst Jr. just lobbed one into the scoreboard right between the numbers where it says period and player. Well, I'm glad he didn't knock anything down.
Yeah.
Maybe a little dust.
Yeah, it looks like all the lights stayed on.
Yeah,
so.
it looks like it. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no harm done.
No, I've never seen that before.
I don't think I have either. Not in a basketball setting,
No.
anyway.
That kind of caught me off guard. I thought for a minute he was doing it on purpose because he was mad or something. I had no idea. Bounce pass inside, and that's picked up by Lincoln. They shove the ball over to Paulus underneath the basket. Paulus works it up to Gowan real quick, and then back to Paulus, and then over onto the wing for Sauce. And another ball that's tipped out of bounds this time by Darion Enlow. 4:39 left to play here in this first quarter. Fifth place semifinal game. The chance to take fifth place tomorrow. This winner of this game will face the winner of the Mundelein Granite City game, the last game of the night. Here in day number 2, that's a three-point shot from Paulus that hits the inside of the rim. Rebound belongs to the Trojans. They work it back up, and here is Enlow. Bounces the ball at midcourt for Baker. Baker across the way onto the near sideline for Wilson. Back over to Baker. A couple of players getting ready to come in for Lincoln at the next opportunity, which is now.
Yep, that'll be Hayes and Nelson coming in as Bivin and Saucy will take a trip to the bench.
Yeah, I noticed when they bring Saucy always gets the start, but he's always out of there within the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's just the particular rotation that Coach Alexander seems to like. You know, Hayes and Saucy have similar skill sets. I think Saucy's maybe a little bit more developed offensively. After all, Hayes is only a freshman.
Halfway through quarter number 1, only 2-0 in favor of the Trojans. They have the ball, looking to extend that 2-point lead. Baker has it out front, moves in front of the scorer's table. Into the corner it goes, and that is Enlow. Enlow moves it up into the hands of Enlow, the other Enlow, D'Angelo, and back the other way we go. Scoring is at a minimum here so far in this first quarter, which is what you're used to when Lincoln has control of the ball, but they can't even score right now, can the Railers. Over under the wing, that is Nelson, and Nelson gets the ball back right at the end of the scorer's table. Out to midcourt, and Police over to Gowan, onto the wing now, and that is Eastling. Or excuse me, wrong number 30, Drew Hayes. Hayes around the corner, and Nelson for 3, and that's what he's good at.
Yep. Yeah, that's about the 7th three-pointer he's hit in something like 11 or 12 attempts. It's remarkable how well he shot the ball so far in the first 2 games and not quite a quarter that Lincoln have played in so far.
And a drive, and underneath, Trojans get their lead back. 3-point field goal percentage. Individual, where is that? 3 points made. Nelson is 5th on that list with 6. 3-point attempts. He's not on the list, so he has less than 16.
Yeah. Which is impressive because of the fact that he made 6 on less than 16%. 16 attempts. 6 of 16 is a decent 3-point percentage.
Yeah. 4-3, 1-point lead for the Trojans. They have the ball, and they go up for another one, and a foul underneath the basket, and that one is going to be handed out to Peyton Cook. Cook will pick up his first, his team's second.
Yeah, that's his second. Yeah, that's Cook's second foul, and they're going to bring Jaden Klopp in to replace him. Coach Alexander not very happy about what's unfolding before him.
Hurst 3 for 8 at the free throw line in the last game. As a team, Madison ended up going 9 of 22 from the free throw line in that loss to Decatur.
Yeah, they haven't really shot the ball from the free throw line all that well. Didn't really hurt them against Belleville East, but they couldn't make anything against MacArthur, so that certainly didn't help.
Hurst makes both, and the lead is doubled, 6-3. 2 minutes left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Polis. Polis gets the ball up across, and that one's knocked out of bounds by Madison's Carlos Wilson. Back to action. Paulus in front of the scorer's table. Gets it over to Gowan. Gowan onto the wing now for Nelson. Back to the top of the key. And Paulus back over to Gowan. Gowan in the near side sideline. And then around to Nelson it goes. Nelson on the left wing, deep into the left-hand corner, and then back to the free throw line for Paulus. Back to Nelson for another three-point shot. That one is a little bit short, and the rebound kept inbounds, but they shoved it right into the hands of the Trojan trying to save it, did the Railers. 6-3, we're into the final 85 seconds of quarter number 1 here in this 5th place semifinal game. And over onto the far side sideline, that is Carlos Wilson. Wilson gets it over to Baker. And Baker into the corner now. Back over to Inlow. Baker to Wilson. 1:05 to go here in this first quarter. 6-3, only 9 points scored in the first quarter. Lincoln, they enjoyed shutouts for almost 2 full first quarters.
Yeah, I think they still allowed, how many points did they allow against?
5, maybe?
Yeah, so the number is, 11 points in 3 quarters.
I know.
I mean, the calling card of this Lincoln team in this tournament so far has been defense.
Defense, and more defense. 30 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. And the Trojans looking to score the last bucket of the quarter. Out to Baker at midcourt. He'll stand there with the ball on his left hip. Then he'll dribble with that left hand, come across parallel with the midcourt stripe. Down to 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
Probably going to go at about 10 seconds.
Usually that seems to be the case. 10 seconds, move your butt time.
Looks like it.
And that one's poked out of bounds by Paulus, and an inbound pass will come here from the left-hand corner.
We'll see Denham Eastling come in for Madison as Darion Enlow will head to the bench.
5.6 seconds to play here in this first quarter of the first 5th place semifinal game. Turned over, a couple of seconds to move the ball down. They're not going to run out of time, and at the buzzer, that shot won't count, and we'll go to the second quarter with a 6-3 advantage for the Trojans, and we will be back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a K-Hawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' K-Hawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Brand new 8 minutes put up on the clock. 6-3 Trojans with a 3-point lead. What's going on in the Aux Gym, you may ask?
Not long. We have a pretty good one over in the auxiliary gym. As Edwardsville and Alton are hooking up in the first of the 13th place semifinals. Just under a minute into the second quarter, it is 14-13 in favor of the Tigers.
In case you wanted to watch that game, you can find it on YouTube also. That'll be under the K-Hawk Athletics YouTube page. 3-point shot from the corner and a whistle while that bounce was coming back on the missed shot over there by Biven.
Yeah, they're going to get Klopp on a push, I think. Yeah, there it is.
So the only fouls on the board belong to Lincoln. They have 3. Trojans have not committed a foul yet. Here is Baker. Brings it across the timeline with a pass over to Wilson. Back over to Baker. And now Wilson with it. Baker and Wilson will play catch for a little bit. Into the corner. Eastling kicks it back out front. This game is void of a little action, isn't it? 3-point shot from the corner. A lot of ball movement, a lot of passing, but not a lot of shooting going on here yet.
Yeah, it's been very, I guess it's been a little bit different than, say, the Lincoln-Alton game was yesterday. I mean, it's still a 3-point game.
Right.
There's just not a lot of scoring being done, which from what we've seen from Lincoln.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often anyway, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty typical.
That is part of their resume. Out front it goes to Paulus. He'll drive in and then kick it up to the baseline. And a one dribble back, and to Paulus it goes again. And then back on the wing. And the ball popped out of the hand, and a stepped on the line did Jake Biven. So a turnover. We'll bring it back the other way, and Baker will inbound all the way in the corner. Far side sideline at the other opposite end of the gym from where we are. Trojans bring it up, leading by 3. 6-3 was our score at the end of 1, and that remains the case here in the second quarter. And another turnover, and back the other way we go. This is going to be like a 18-17 final, isn't it?
It'd be a good game.
Yeah, it would be. Outside, three-point shot, nothing but net for Mr. Camden Nelson. That's 2 3-pointers for him tonight.
He's got all 6 points.
He does. 6-6 is our game.
He had hit 4 of them against Alton. I think he hit 2 or 3 against MacArthur. And
what was the betting line on this game as far as the over-under is concerned? Anybody know? No, Vegas didn't chime in?
I don't know, 45 maybe?
Yeah, could be. Here's Baker. Around the horn it goes. I'll take the under.
Yeah, me too.
Here's Wilson. Wilson dribbles and drives, kicks it back over to Baker, and then back over to this side for Eastling for 3. It rattles, but it won't fall. Rebound belongs to Nelson. Nelson gives the ball up to the quarterback of this Lincoln Railers club, and that is none other than Elijah Paulus.
I think he actually does play football. Not sure if he's the quarterback or not, though.
Well, it's been a couple of years since we played Lincoln in football, and that was travel. And we've had a lot of turnovers in this game already.
Yeah, credit to the defense that both teams are playing, as we'll see Kerwin Baker come in for.
Looks like he's going to take the place of Wilson.
Yeah, and I was confused. Like, what was he going back to the bench for? I'm like, oh, he's inbounding. So we have Kerwin and Erwin Baker, as we'll see Saucy come in at the next stoppage for Lincoln.
Over to Baker. That would be Erwin. Erwin, a senior. Kerwin, a junior. And Kerwin with the ball now, and not anymore. He gives it up to Hurst, and then a kicked ball. They call that a kicked ball? Yes, they did.
It was, well, the argument from Lincoln is that it wasn't a kick and it just threw it off, and they just threw it off his foot. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, just because it hits a player's foot doesn't mean it's necessarily
there was no kicking motion.
Yeah, I mean, it just
we learn about that kicking motion stuff watching hockey games, which I hear that the Blues are actually going to play a game tomorrow. I hear that. That's what the rumor is.
That looked like it went off a. Ooh.
They switched. They changed their mind.
Yeah, it looked like it went off a clop to me, but they're going to rule it went off of one of the Madison players.
Watching Alexander down here, he's not saying anything, but he's mouthing plenty.
Well, he might be saying some things.
No, he wasn't saying anything. He was muttering. One of those,
Yeah.
Yeah. Outside it goes to Paulus, and Paulus gives it up for Nelson. He'll try another three-point shot. Ooh, that one. If he would have just put it off a little bit more to the right, that would have swished.
Yeah.
6-6 is our game.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what Coach Gilbert is telling his guys. Like, got to close out on number 1.
Oh yeah.
I mean, nobody else has scored yet, so
you can't leave him open really anywhere on this court.
No, he's not. He hasn't really hit at from the range that you see Trey Baker. For a 2019 example, is they're going to trap it, and that'll be a steal for Nelson.
Oh, and that's a chop. And knocking the ball out of Nelson's hands was Kerwin Baker.
We'll see Gowan re-enter, and Nelson, or no, not Nelson, Biven will head to the bench.
Inbound pass will come in from Saucy to Paulus. Paulus brings the ball up court. We're halfway through quarter number 2. At the top of the key, back to Saucy. Saucy back over to Paulus. Paulus dribbles and drives back to Saucy on the wing for 3, and he ticks it right across the rim, but a rebound by Lincoln. We'll put it back into the hands of the Railers, and back to Paulus, and then back over to Saucy. They'll play catch for a moment. Into the corner. Gowan bluffs the 3, pulls up in the perimeter, takes the 2-point shot and drains it. Railers have a lead. 8-6.
First 2-point basket for the Railers, and a first basket by someone not named Camden Nelson.
That's right. Here are the Trojans once again out front. Turn around and look at their head coach, Philip Gilbert, does Baker, and then Baker moves forward. Gives the ball up over into the corner for Eastling, and then a steal, and Lincoln comes away with it. They get it to Paulus, and Paulus comes up across the line quickly. 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Into the corner, Nelson for 3, and no.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a foul before the shot on maybe Kerwin Baker.
Yep, that'll be the first for the Trojans.
Yeah, foul's not really an issue when Lincoln plays. And they have more than Madison at this point, as my brother will go.
Little bro out there taking care of some sweat cleanup. Getting a little help there from the Trojan players, telling them where exactly the sweat was. Out front we go once again for Lincoln. Down to 2:50 to play here in this first half. 8-6. Railers with the 2-point lead. Into the corner it goes for Gowan. Along the near sideline for Sauce. Back over toward the wing for Paulus. And to Nelson in the corner. And back to the top of the key. Almost a travel, but it was thrown toward the bench and knocked out of bounds by the Trojans. So the Lincoln Railers will get to keep it. Here is Paulus. Over onto the right side wing. And now Gowan from the corner. Back to Paulus, and a travel by Elijah. We'll turn the ball back over to the Trojans with 2:28 left to play here in this second quarter.
Another update from the Auction. We got a good game going as with 1.5 minutes left. The score is tied at 22.
Nice.
I do remember that when Edwardsville and Alton played each other earlier in the year in a normal Southwestern Conference game, I believe the game went to like double overtime. So not too surprising as they're going to get a foul on Saucy probably, as kind of knocks D'Angelo Enlow over.
Now Brady O'Neill's turn to do a little cleanup underneath the basket. 2:13 to go here in quarter number 2. A low-scoring affair, 8-6. Lincoln has the lead over Madison. Madison with the ball. Here is Baker. Baker gets pressured from behind by Enlow, or excuse me, by Gowan. Back across the way we go. Madison with it. Kerwin Baker. Back over to Erwin Baker. Baker gets it back again, this time from the corner. One bounce, picks it up, and tries to thread a pass, and they're gonna get call a foul. Looks like they're going to call that one against Klopp.
Yeah, and that's the second. And that's 2 on Klopp and 2 on Cook, and this Lincoln team gets really small with Klopp and Cook off the floor because, I mean, Saucy's 6'5", but he's not really a post player.
Bounce it just outside the lane, and a travel by D'Angelo Enlow Jr. just as he was going up to the basket. So the score remains 8-6, 138 left to play here in this opening half of this 5th place semifinal game. Here is Saucy over near the left wing. Now he's on the left wing, back out to center court for Paulus. Paulus over onto the far side for Gowan. Free throw line for Saucy, that's off to the left. And the rebound picked up by Baker. And the Trojans move it up. 1:15 to play here in quarter number 2. 8-6. Lincoln with a 2-point lead and a trap over there, and a timeout called by Coach Gilbert as his team was in jeopardy of turning over that ball. So we will take a timeout as well. And we're back in just 30 seconds here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, our home away from home over a 3-day period. We're halfway there, halfway through this tournament.
One thought that just occurred to me, we broke the record for the lowest combined score in a game from the Lincoln-Alton game, which was 52. if we don't score anymore, we're on pace for 28. And so, you know, you may see the record broken that it stood
Twice in one tournament.
Yeah, a record that it's stood for a decade get broken twice in the space of 36 hours.
Into the corner it goes. We're under 35 seconds to play here in this second quarter. And here is Baker. Shoves it up into the corner and then gets it right back to where it came from Eastling. Over on the far side, or the near side sideline. That is Enlow. He drives, dumps it off underneath for Hurst. Hurst did it too strong, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, still won't go in. And then finally, a putback was made by D'Angelo Enlow Jr. And we are tied at 8, 3 seconds, and that's going to constitute a foul, as I believe that Paulus was tripped up trying to come across the line. This one's going to go against, Hurst.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Hurst. I thought they maybe were going to give it to Eastling, but three-pointer, no good.
Nope, at
Tip,
the buzzer.
no good, and we're tied at 8.
We are tied at 8, and we will take a break. And we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a time like this, in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's a lot better now.
It was like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former K-Hawk Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more, to collectible items. Anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for K-Hawk fans, before, after, or even during K-Hawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows K-Hawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, K-Hawk fans' pub of choice. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville K-Hawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a K-Hawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud K-Hawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place World Champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his K-Hawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, I did not have any stats to pass along to you because someone forgot me up here. And we'll maybe get some stats here in a little bit. Well, there they just now showed up. How about that?
All right, well.
A little bit too late, but.
Scoring for Lincoln, Camden Nelson 6, Aiden Gowan 2. And for Madison, Eric Hurst 4, D'Angelo Enlow 2.
Yeah, there's not a lot there as far as stats go for individual scoring, but here we go for the three-point line. 2 for 10 for Lincoln, 0 for 2 for Madison from the free throw line. Madison is 2 of 2, while the Lincoln Railers have not been up to the free throw line. Rebounds, as far as those are concerned, 7 for Lincoln and 8 for Madison. And the turnovers, 8 for Lincoln and 10 for Madison. Lots of turnovers in this game. I thought so. What I thought was we were going to have a lot of turnovers. 18 turnovers in the first half of the game between these two teams. That is a lot.
Yeah, 8's probably about what Lincoln want for the game, not for a half.
So we're underway here in the second half. 8-8 is our score. And we had a 6-3 first quarter and a 5-2 second quarter. It's like baseball games are going on here. 5-2 after the sixth inning. Back with the seventh in just a moment. Here is Baker. Baker in front of his own bench, and a long over-the-head throw with a little bit of a hook pass. Comes all the way out front for Wilson. And Baker drives from the wing, no room. Back out to Wilson it goes, or excuse me, that is Enlow. Enlow kicks it over in the corner for Wilson. He'll try a three from there. That one falls short underneath the basket. It's picked up once again by Paulus, and Paulus will bring it up court. Onto the near side sideline, to the far side. He gives it up for Gowan, and alley-oop time, and that one is a nice try there by Peyton Cook, but at the same time he was coming in.
Yeah, Hurst.
So was Erwin Baker Jr.
Yeah, Erwin Baker was very much going to make sure that it wasn't going to be an easy layup. He was going to make Cook earn those points, but
that's what you call a good foul.
Yeah, but Cook has been pretty efficient, and he'll get a little bit of a talking to from Coach Gilbert. Baker will, as
Cook
hits the first one.
Hits his free throw, and he was 5 of 8 in the loss to Quincy. And he's 1 for 2 that go round. Rebound picked up by Madison, and a stepped out of bounds did Carlos Wilson on his way up. Helped out by a little hip check there by Paulus.
Well, it's just a matter of guiding the player out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
You just can't.
With your hip.
Hey, you just can't force the player out of bounds.
Sure. If you're close enough to him, you're going to have to force him to go right. If he goes left, he's going to run right into you and cause his own foul. Out front we go. Lincoln with it, and Saucy at the midcourt stripe gets it over to Paulus. Paulus on the right wing. Back over to the left side now. A dribble drive for Bevan, and into the corner it goes. Saucy for 3. No thank you. And pulling down the rebound is Eric Hurst Jr. And the Trojans head man it up quickly, and on the move is Darren Enlow, but a whistle will stop that action.
Yeah, they're going to get, is that Saucy down there? The,
Yep,
the
sure
numbers
is.
on the fronts of their jerseys are like impossible to read.
Yeah, they're pretty small.
Yeah, they're pretty small, and
they blend in very well with the dark red jerseys.
Yeah, like colorblindness doesn't help with that either. As D'Angelo Enlow will get a 2-point bucket and give the Trojans the lead.
1 point game once again, 10-9, and all the way up for Lincoln. And they try a baseline pass, and that one's picked off by the Trojans. Here comes Baker. He brings his team back up court and fires one into the corner, and no room there, so they'll kick it back out to Baker. Baker near the midcourt stripe with 5:15 left to play here in this third quarter. And that one's picked off by Polis. He read that one the whole way, stepped right in front of Enlow to take care of that one. And then they get the ball into Gowan, and Gowan loses control of the ball. And back the other way we come. There's you want to talk about some turnovers. We had 18 in the first half. There was like 5 right there.
Yeah. That's not that much of an exaggeration.
No.
Polis will hit a bucket. That's his second. That'll give him 4.
1 point lead. We swing back and forth. Now the Railers lead by 1. Trojans with the ball, looking to retake the lead into the corner for Enlow. And Enlow across the court and over onto the wing. Back to this wing for Brown. And once again, a drive by Darion Enlow. He'll take a shot, and that one never made it all the way up. So either he mishandled the ball or he got fouled and no call was made.
I'm going to go with the latter.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he got fouled.
I guess they're going to rule that Cook got no ball, but Lincoln are going to turn it over, so it's sort of a moot point.
Baker gets the ball up to Enlow. Enlow tries to get around his number 2. Enlow one, number 2. Aiden Gowan the other number 2. Baker comes up with the loose ball back in the backcourt. And the Trojans will slow it down a bit. Halfway through quarter number 3. And we've had a total of 5 points scored in this quarter so far.
Total of 21 for the game.
Yeah.
Nice steal by Gowan. And
that's what happens when you turn the ball over. Not a lot of offense going on. You keep on just giving the ball back to the other team, and they keep on giving it back to you, and that results in not a lot of points being scored. Into the corner it goes. Here's Gowan for 3, and that hits the inside of the rim, and Gowan gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out to Polis. Polis pulls up and gives it up now for Biven, and Biven gets it back on the near side, puts it into the corner, and Sauce with a 3-point shot, doesn't fall. There is Polis with the rebound. Back over on the other wing, another 3-point shot. That one won't hit. Boy, I'm telling you what, 3-pointers are raining all over the place, but nothing's hitting the puddle.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw it off a boat in the ocean at this point.
I'm telling you. Angelo Jr. Brings it up, and a timeout going to be called by Madison, so we will take a timeout as well, and we will be back in just 30 seconds here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. No, I already played that one.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville K-Hawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
Back to action here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament, and we're going to have a foul that's going to be given out to Goins as he was skirting along right next to Baker, and Baker ends up losing the ball because of Gowan's foul.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a foul, but it's only his first, and I think that's maybe the 5th total team foul for Lincoln. So no major harm done.
Trojans with the ball. They trail by 1. And they get it to Enlow, who bounces it to Baker. Baker right in front of his bench on the left wing. Fires it back around and into the corner for Enlow for 3, and that one misses the mark as well. Tipped by Polis, and well,
went off at Enlow. That looked to me like the correct call.
Polis will bring the ball up. 2:40 left to play here in the third quarter. Back out to Saucy. Into the corner now for Goen. Goen kicks it back out for Paulus. Paulus over into the corner. Nelson for three. He's the only one who's been able to hit three-pointers, but he misses that one. Rebound still belongs to Lincoln, though. And in the opposite corner, it'll go to Saucy, who delivers down low for Cook. Back to Saucy, and then back over to Goen. Around the horn, and it ends up for Polis. And then a turnover, boy, I'll tell you what, if Alexander was really ripping into Cook during that timeout, he'll rip into him again after that giveaway. And nothing doing at the other end until we have a whistle.
And I think Cook might have just picked up his third foul. Maybe. No, they're going to give it to Gowen, and that's his
second.
Well, it would appear, and Hurst is going to shoot some free throws.
Eric Hurst Jr. up at the free throw line.
As the two Bakers are having a conversation about something.
I told you Mom wanted that other thing for Christmas. You wouldn't listen. In and out for Hurst. Hurst once again at the free throw line. And that one's good. So, once again, we're tied. 11-11. At this point, I don't think any team's going to hit 20 points.
Probably.
Saucy.
Maybe not at this point. This might really put the combined points low record out of reach.
Paulus back over to Saucy, back over to Paulus. Paulus kicks it out for Goen. And then back over to Saucy on the left side. Near sideline, back to the far side. Picked up, and Paulus dribbles and loses control of the ball. That's why we have such a low score. No one can score because they're constantly turning the ball over and missing shots, but that one ends up going in off of the hands of D'Angelo Inlow Jr., and it's a 2-point lead for the Trojans with 1:20 left to play here in this third quarter.
We'll see Klopp come in at the next stoppage for Lincoln in the hopes of, I don't know, something. Maybe come in for Cook as Saucy will take a three and miss.
Yeah.
That's about the fifth one he's taken.
Yeah, he
and about the fifth one he's missed.
Yeah, I think he got one earlier in the game, but he's run cold here.
If they hit a three-pointer?
I think so.
And Coach Gilbert will get a timeout as Baker got trapped as soon as he crossed half court. And
this one is a full timeout, so we will step aside for one brief minute. Back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville K-Hawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carryout with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. Back here at the Prairie Farms, 37th Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic. It's not the 37th year that Prairie Farms has hosted it, but we've had Schnucks before. I can't remember what it was before Schnucks. Maybe it was just called the Collinsville Holiday Basketball Classic before all the sponsorships started pouring in.
Anything before Schnucks is beyond my realm of knowledge.
Mine as well. I was around, but I don't think I lived here then. I think I was living in Florida or Idaho, one of the two.
Was that before or after Nebraska?
That was way after Nebraska. Nebraska was in the mid-'80s. On the wing, left side, a loose ball, but that one's picked up by Inlow and out to Baker. We're down to the final 25 seconds of this very low-scoring affair. We're here in the third quarter. That's right, third quarter action, and it's 13-11. That's normally what you would see after one quarter of play.
Yeah.
For most teams.
Yeah, for a typical game, 13-11 isn't a bad first quarter score, but here we are, and you said we put the over-under at 45, and we're not going to get there most likely.
Oh, yeah, I went with the under. And at the last second, a thrown-up shot didn't make it anywhere, and we will head to the fourth quarter. 13-11 is our score. Trojans have a 2-point lead. We're back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual. So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, we are in the semifinal of the 5th place bracket. The winner will move on to play in the 5th place game tomorrow at 1:30. The loser will have to play for 7th place at noon tomorrow. And we have, how did you see? You had your head ducked down, closing your eyes, thought you were going to get hit by the ball.
And, well, they're going to call it a turnover. I personally thought probably should have been a foul, but, yeah, Coach Alexander not very.
Give him some help.
But, yeah, nonetheless, it'll be Madison basketball.
And it's been the game of turnovers, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think we're about 22-23 combined.
Yeah, it hasn't been a stellar defensive game, which is what you might think when you see the score in the 4th quarter. It's been more of a turnover affair when nobody's been able to capitalize on turnovers.
Or hit anything.
No
outside,
threes.
Anything outside of a layup and free throws.
Layups and, free throws have been about it for this game. Railers with the ball, a trail by 2. Into the corner it goes, and here is Nelson. Nelson has gone cold from beyond the three-point stripe. That one is tipped, but it goes right into the hands of Gowan. Now back to Nelson. High arcing three, and there it is. Finally broke the seal. 1-point lead for Lincoln, 14-13. 1 minute expired here in this 4th quarter.
Give a quick update over in the auxiliary gym at the same spot we are. Beginning of the 4th quarter, 33-27 in favor of Edwardsville.
Close game over there, too.
Yep.
6-point difference there, 1-point difference here, and no one's led by as much as 3 in this game. I think at one point it was 6-3, and that's about been as lopsided as a score you can get in this game.
Wasn't it 6-3 at the end of the 1st quarter?
I think so. Yeah, it was 6-3 at the end of the 1st quarter. I did write that down. It was 13-11.
After 3.
After 3, Trojans had the lead.
And it was 8-8.
8-8 at halftime. Ooh, that was close to being stuck out of bounds. And I can't believe they didn't call a foul on Nelson there. He ran right into the back of Baker. I've seen less contact get more fouls called. That one goes between everybody's legs and out of bounds, and that's another turnover. I'll be kind of anxious to see what the turnover total is in this game after this game is over with.
Yeah, at this rate, we might wind up with more turnovers than points.
Lady K-Hawks are heading out the door. They're going across the river to continue their play in the MICDS tournament. I couldn't tell you. Oh, boy, big three-point play there by Nelson. Back-to-back to Nelson, and that is the biggest lead of the game so far. It's a 4-pointer for Lincoln. I don't know who the ladies playing. I don't remember.
I'd have to look.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've been stuck in the boys' side of basketball for so long, I forgot to even check that out.
We can, we'll check on that maybe in between games, maybe.
If I remember. I got things to do in between games. 17-13 our score here. A biggest lead of the night so far for any team. It's a 4-point lead, and that ball ends up out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans. And the inbound will be triggered by Baker. He'll do so to Enlow and give it back to Baker. Baker tries to enter from the left wing and dumps it off underneath the basket. And a shot and a basket there by Eric Hurst Jr. And it's a 2-point contest once again.
Yeah, Hurst having a solid game. It's got 7 points, which is, like, oh, 7 points, that's not that much. But
I know. Oh, and a big 3-point on the other end by Aiden Gowan. So between Gowan and Nelson, that's 9 straight points for Lincoln off of 3-pointers.
And they've got, between the two of them, they've got 17 of Lincoln's 20. Let's see, and Pulse has 2, and I think Cook has 1, but Cook isn't on the floor.
4:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter. It was 13-11 at the end of this quarter, or the end of the third quarter, and it's widened open now, or widened up a little bit anyway. What'd you say during the break? Watch them all start hitting some threes.
Well,
Lincoln has.
Yeah, Lincoln has. Well, Nelson has. Well, I mean, Gowan did hit it 1, to be fair.
And that one's knocked out of bounds by Polis, as that pass was intended over there for Darian Inlow, excuse me. And the inbound pass will be triggered by Kerwin Baker. Back to the other Baker. That would be Kerwin, and a foul.
And that'll be on, that's Klopp down there, and that's his 3rd. Looks like Coach Alexander's going to.
I am awake.
Yeah, looks like Coach Alexander's going to keep him in the game, though. Have trust in his players.
Chad Burgess, PA announcer, will get ready to take over the duties here after Mr. Jim Sika gets through with this game. Tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Wake up." I'm like, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure I'm awake.
Well, the Lincoln radio people are in the same boat we are, so
yeah,
they look somewhat conscious.
They're shaking their heads.
Well,
everybody's shaking their heads.
Well, at a game like this, sometimes you just kind of have to do that.
Total of 35 points have been put on the board. We set the over-under at 45, and we might get there. We might not. Who knows?
And that was an air ball by.
Sure was. That doesn't help, man, when your team's down by 5 and you want a 3-pointer to get back into within 2, and nothing but air underneath that ball. So Lincoln, they'll bring it up and shove it into the corner to Nelson, and you better get a body on Nelson because he'll shoot that 3-pointer from anywhere. Another turnover. Shocker there, I know. And here comes Baker across the line. He gets rid of Nelson and puts a pass onto the hands of Inlow. Back to the top of the key now for Baker. Over onto the far side wing, and Kerwin with a 3-point shot. That misses. Rebound for Hurst. Put back, can't get it to fall. And Polis gets the rebound for Lincoln on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, Hurst has been really the primary offensive guy for Madison at this point, but wasn't able to get one there. And
that had to hurt the right knee of Inlow.
Yeah, I guess they're going to call he's down, and we'll get surrounded by, right at the end of the Lincoln bench, get helped up by one of the assistants and his teammates. And
tell you what, man, you hit that floor hard with a knee, and you're going to feel it. It's going to send a shockwave all the way up through your body.
Yeah, looks like he's going to stay in the game.
Yeah,
looks to be all right. Maybe he'll have a bit of a bruise in the morning.
Oh, I'm sure he'll have a bone bruise by the time he wakes up tomorrow. You'll be like, what in the world is my knee hurt for? Oh, yeah. Well, he probably will remember. I'm at the age now where I wonder how I might wake up the next day going, why does this hurt? Oh, yeah, that's right. I hit my head on the trunk. Done that a couple of times. That's not fun. Out front, Inlow on the wing, and over to Baker now on the left wing. Told you we get a little slap happy about halfway through this tournament. Here in the corner, a Baker shot. That was Kerwin. Didn't hit the mark. Rebound belongs to Lincoln. Paulus brings it up across the timeline. 2:20 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 5-point lead for Lincoln. Winner of this game will move on and play for 5th place tomorrow. The loser will have to play for 7th place. On the wing and back out to Paulus on the far side. Paulus, excuse me. It's spelt like police with an extra L.
It's
Paulus.
Yeah. I'm going to get part of me wonders if Lincoln aren't just going to back it out and see Coach Alexander channel his inner Mike Waldo.
Everybody has an inner Mike Waldo, don't they?
And
did they call a timeout just when they were on the run? They were. Man, Paulus was on the run, coming in from the left side wing, and his team called a timeout when that was going on.
They'll bring Saucy and Cook back in.
Wow. That's a strange turn of events anyway. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. We're back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his K-Hawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Back to action, and a dribble drive by Paulus has given the Railers a 7-point lead with 90 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Well, Madison, you got to hit some threes now.
Yes, you do. They have not done a very good job of that here in this game. Here is Baker. Baker over on the right wing, back into the corner, and here's a three-point try by Kerwin Baker. That falls short. And the rebound put back up and in, and scored by D'Angelo Inlow. And another timeout on the floor, and we'll see if we get this one right. Last time I was told it was 60, and
it is 60.
Same thing this time. It is 60, so we will take a timeout. Back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
.108 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 22-17. Lincoln has the lead, and they are in control of the ball. Why'd the buzzer go off?
I don't know.
All right. We're just checking it, and that was what we're doing?
Maybe.
Buzzer check. Here is Paulus. Paulus gets out of trouble with a pass to Nelson. Outside to Saucy. Over to Gowan. Gowan at midcourt, and there is Nelson. Nelson will pull it away from midcourt and then give it back to Saucy. Over to Paulus. Paulus at the midcourt stripe. 50 seconds to play, and it's a 5-point lead for Lincoln. They shove it up into the corner, and a whistle will stop the action.
Yeah, they're going to
get a foul going against Denham Eastling.
Trojans have a few fouls to give, though. They've only committed 2. That's only the 3rd foul of the second half for Madison. So
yeah. Out front it goes. 40 seconds.
That'll be another one on Eastling.
Decatur, MacArthur, and Quincy ready to take the floor next as we switch back over to the championship bracket. This will be the first semifinal of the night, and then that'll be followed up by the other semifinal between Collinsville and O'Fallon, a Southwestern Conference matchup. We've had a few Southwestern Conference matchups in this tournament over the first couple of days.
Yeah, just they set it up so that you aren't going to get a you aren't going to have a Southwestern Conference matchup in the first round. But
lots of them in the second.
Yep.
Oh,
and they're going to have some fouling and jump ball.
Call it a jump ball after all that. Paulus, he ended up getting tripped up.
Lincoln wanted a.
Yeah, I think they wanted a foul because Darian Enlow was the one who tripped up Paulus, but he didn't do it on purpose. But sometimes not even doing things on purpose will get you a foul.
Well, it'll be Madison basketball, and that could be an opportunity here. 34 seconds left.
Down by 5 are the Trojans. They need a bucket, and they need one quickly. 3 or 2, doesn't matter. They just need to put one into the hoop. Here is Enlow, backs it up to Baker. Baker over into the corner, and a head fake. Picked it back, 3-point shot, skips off the rim, no good. Rebound Madison, they'll put it off the glass and in. And another 2 points there for Enlow, and that will
prompted a timeout from Coach Gilbert.
Yeah, Coach Gilbert calls a timeout with 14.4 seconds left and his team trailing by 3. We will take a 30-second break because this is a 60-second timeout. We don't want to miss anything, so we will take this timeout and we'll be right back on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
We have a 3-point game here with 14.4 seconds to go over in the Aux Gym.
A 1-point lead for the Alton Redbirds.
How about that?
They lead 36-35 with a minute 45 left. And it looks like some Alton players are going to have a out-of-bounds play.
So a couple of good games going on in both gyms. That one over there is what, 36-35?
Yeah,
we barely have 36 over here.
And there's a bucket by Alton to stretch the lead to 3. And now I'm not going to channel my inner Kevin Harlan and call 2 games at once.
Yeah. Into the corner it goes for Paulus, and all the way out front for Nelson, and Nelson is fouled, and that foul belonged to Eastling.
That's 4 in a row on Eastling. Trojans do still have
they still have fouls to give.
Yeah, they did have a foul to give, but 11 seconds, not a lot of time.
Well, because they're trying to give them as fast as they can so they can get players up to the line, because they're not going to get the ball back unless there's a missed free throw.
Yep.
Unless they, turnovers, obviously, because that's happened a lot in this contest. But
all right, foul will be on Erwin Baker, and Coach Alexander will call timeout. And I think Cook will shoot 1-and-1 after the timeout.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. It's only 6 fouls on each side, so it's not 1-and-1 time yet. They still have to give away 1 more foul.
Oh, yeah. They do still have another foul.
Yeah. Was not a shooting foul, so Madison will have to do it 1 more time. And they only have 9.8 seconds. They got to commit a foul and then get a rebound on a free throw if there's a miss.
But, of course, Lincoln have to get the ball in.
Yeah.
So Madison can get a steal or something. And 10 seconds isn't a lot of time, but it's enough time to maybe make something happen.
9.8 seconds to go here in this one. Semi-final of the 5th place contest that'll take place tomorrow. That game will be at 1:30. Winner of that game will play for 5th place. Loser of this game will play for 7th place.
Find out the other participants in those games during the Mundelein Granite City game, which is scheduled for 9:30 tonight.
Last game of the night, and we're going to hope it doesn't go to overtime.
Yeah.
No, that's only on the first day.
Yeah. And that'll be in, and Eastling's going to go ahead and pick up his 5th foul.
Yep, Eastling will be out.
And
it's 1-and-1 time.
And Nelson will be the one to shoot the free throws.
Well, if he can hit from anywhere on the court, he can surely hit from the free throw line, right?
It's not always that simple, though.
It's a 1 possession game, so he has to hit the first one, and that'll make it a 2-possession game.
And we'll see Kerwin Baker come in to replace the now disqualified Eastling.
So at the free throw line, Nelson, his first shot goes in, and that's going to probably do it.
Well,
2-possession ball game with 8.8 seconds left.
It's not over. I'm not going to say it's quite over yet. If he makes this next one, then it might be.
Well, it's still a 2-possession game.
Well, Bivin will come in. Nelson will head to the bench.
At any point, you got to make 2 baskets, and I don't think you can do it in 8.8 seconds. I know stranger things have happened, and I've probably been proven wrong, but I don't think that that's in the cards here tonight. There is a drive, and across the line it goes, and a 3-point shot. That one misses, and the rebound belongs to Lincoln, and that's going to do it.
And that
19-24.
That will break the record.
Yeah, it sure will. For the second time, Lincoln has been involved, and they were involved in the other one too. So 3 times Lincoln has broken the record here at this tournament for lowest points allowed combined in a game, and they did it twice in this tournament.
All 3 times Lincoln have won.
Yeah. So that'll take us to our first semifinal matchup on the championship bracket, and that is between Decatur, MacArthur, and Quincy. And that will be coming your way here in just a little bit on the K-Hawk Sports Network.